Okay guys, you've probably figured out from the title, we're taking a look at the Ruger LCP 2, the little 380 pocket pistol. This is one of those pistols that I've gotten a lot of requests to cover here on the channel, just never did get around to it until now. And I'm still going to make this kind of a short video, not going to go real super in depth on it, but we're just going to take a look at it and shoot it a little bit. Disclaimer here, this is not a longevity or endurance type of a review video. I've only got about 50 rounds through this thing. It belongs to a good friend of mine, Greg. Thanks, Greg, for sending it over. He's actually the one that produces the banjo music that you guys hear on my channel. Some of you like it, some of you hate it, but he's the guy responsible. So this is Greg's pistol. I've been shooting it this week, just a few rounds at a time. Like I said, I've only got about a box of ammo through it. So we're going to shoot it some more today. I've actually been shooting some of this Tula ammo through it. The steel case stuff. Surprisingly, it seems to like it pretty well. Comes with a 6-round magazine. Now, I'm not going to talk about the original LCP a lot in this video because most people that do a video on the LCP2, they cover the LCP as well. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at the pistol as it stands on its own. That being said, you can use your original LCP magazines in this pistol. It just won't lock the slide back. These lock the slide back after the last shot, I should say. So we're about probably 13 yards from that first target, and then of course they get farther that way, so about 15 to that big circle. Get my glasses on. Shooting steel, you never know, which you should wear your glasses anytime you're shooting, but shooting steel, there's always that risk of a piece coming back and getting you. It's usually something small and it doesn't hit very hard, but a naked eye is pretty vulnerable. Slide lock back. So it does run this steel case. I don't shoot a lot of this steel case stuff anymore. I used to shoot it a lot back, especially during that ammo crisis. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that. I shot a lot of steel case, but these days I don't shoot it as much anymore. Kind of gotten away from it. Some pistols are finicky with the steel case, so I just started shooting brass case, and it solved a lot of my problems with some of the pistols I was shooting. This one doesn't seem to mind it. Again, slide lock back. One thing that sets this little pocket pistol apart from some of the other ones is the trigger. It has a single action feel to it. This is a hammer fired pistol. You can see the hammer, maybe. I'm going to try to show it to you here. Okay, so I'll move the camera over here to try to get some better lighting. The hammer is just inside that cutout, and as you can see, when I pull the trigger, the hammer cocks and then falls. So it's not a true single action. Let's see if I can get that. But it's very close. The slide doesn't quite fully cock the hammer, but it's just lacks about 1/8 of an inch. See that hammer move? So to me, a true single action, I don't have a single action semi-automatic with me today, but a true single action, the slide will rack, cock the hammer, and then all you're doing is releasing the hammer with the trigger. You see the hammer didn't move back before it went forward. All I did was release the sear which lets the hammer go. And with the LCP2, you get about when you pull the trigger, you get about 1/8 of an inch or so of cocking before it lets go. So, in my opinion, not a true single action, but close enough that we can call it a single action. The trigger it's a little heavy. We'll get it on the scale here. But it's a pocket pistol, so you want to have a little bit of a heavy trigger pull. Let's see what I get with this gauge. Got to make sure I get that. It does have the blade safety there on the trigger. You have to have that blade pressed before the trigger will release, otherwise it locks the trigger in place. So I got to make sure I press that blade with my pull scale here. All right. Got 6 pounds, 10 ounces. So kind of heavy, but it's a short trigger pull. It's got brakes clean, got a good reset. So overall, a pretty good trigger on a pocket pistol. You don't want to have a hair trigger on a pocket pistol, of course, and it does come with this. Ruger ships it with this nice little pocket holster. Don't see any problems with this little holster. Trigger guard's covered. The holster snags on your pocket, so when you draw, the holster stays put. Get your pistol out. So, decent little pocket pistol for the LCP2 that comes with it. Let's shoot some of this Remington stuff. This is a full metal jacket. It is 95 grain, whereas the tool ammo was 91 grain. Six rounds. So you got your, again, 6-round magazines, which that gives you a total of 7 with fill your magazine up, put one in the chamber. 6 plus 1. Those are a little bit snappier than the tool ammo. Shoot them again. This gun, it's snappy, but it's not terrible. That little Diamondback 9mm that I did a video on there a week or so ago. Now that thing was snappy. Gave me a slide bite that's still healing up. And that's just from the slide. It wasn't from one time. It was from that slide. I shot that gun about 500 rounds, and it just, it wore a spot there. Don't have any slide bite issues with the LCP2, at least not yet. Haven't noticed any. It has a little higher bore axis than that Diamondback, so the slide's up a little higher out of the way. You know, there's benefits to having that lower bore axis, and as you can see, there's at least one benefit to having that little bit higher. Having that a little bit higher. Accurate shooting little gun. That accurate word is overused a lot. Accurate in the meaning that it's easy to shoot accurately. Most guns are accurate. This one's pretty easy to shoot accurately. I do have a small complaint about the sights. The sights they're tall enough. I can see them, but I get lost looking for the front sight. If this were my gun, I'd definitely put a little sight paint on that front sight. If I try to shoot fast, I tend to get my sights, I get them lost with one another. I'm not sure if I'm on my front sight or one of the rear ones. So that's my only complaint about the sights, and that would be easily fixed with a little sight paint. We'll shoot a magazine of the Hornady Critical Defense. This is a very popular defensive round for the 380. A lot of people just carry ball ammo with the 380. Nothing wrong with that either. We're gonna, I don't like these little boxes that Hornady uses. It's hard to get out what you need. These are 90 grain FTX. They've got that red tip in there. I saw Bobby Brown doing one of his ballistic tests with these the other day. It actually performed pretty well. Kind of surprised me. Must have only put 5 rounds in there. Do that one more time. Yeah, that's better. Tell you what else did I want to cover on this? It's got a pretty good little grip texture to it. Easy to hang on to. It is drop safe. The trigger has a kind of a half cock position that unless the actual trigger itself is pulled, I mean the hammer has a kind of a half cock position, kind of a catch. If it were to be dropped or somehow the hammer knocked loose from the cock position, it'll catch about halfway unless the trigger itself is actually pulled. So kind of a extra safety there, makes it drop safe. Let's do something a little different today than I normally do. Let's shoot one of these FTX rounds into some water jugs. Okay, so just for fun here, I've got 3 jugs of water set up with a double layer of denim. It's one of my favorite pair of pants. I cut the leg off of it just to show you guys this little test. I'm just kidding. Now I know it's just water. We're not simulating bone and tissue or anything here. A lot of people get worked up whenever you shoot something. That's not bone and tissue. We understand that. We're just having a little fun. I want to see if one of these will expand after it goes through the denim and into the water. So that's kind of what this test is going to be about. All right, so just to clarify, we're shooting the Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain FTX bullet into the water with through 2 layers of denim. There's one in the mag. Camera will not focus, but anyway. Get up here nice and close. All right, let's go see what we're doing. There's our hole in the denim. Completely through the first jug. And then our second one penetrated there. I saw the plastic flex tip floating in the water there a minute ago. See if we can recover our bullet. Oh, there went the little, there's the tip out of the bullet. And there's our bullet. Looks like it did separate. Here's our jacket, our copper jacket. And here's our lead core. Look at that. That mushroom just perfect, even after going through the denim. Which water typically gives a bullet a chance to mushroom really nice. But I just wondered how it would do through that denim. Done quite well. It didn't hold together, but still, it done quite well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close this video out, guys. It's a good little pistol. There's a lot of reviews and tests and torture tests and everything here on YouTube of this little pistol. It's got a fairly proven track record. Now, I'm not a big 380 guy, but there's a time and a place for everything. Even in summertime, you know, shorts, t-shirt, I've got a 9mm. I've got the Car CM9 on me. Most times I can carry a 9mm. There are times, get that over there. There are times though when a little 380 is nice to have in the pocket, and as long as you carry it in a pocket holster, I don't see any reason to be concerned about the single action feel of this gun. It's got some built-in safeties. It is kind of a heavy trigger pull, and even though it does give you that single action feel, it makes it really easy to hit targets with, really easy to shoot. It's not such a light trigger that I would be concerned with pocket carry so long as you've got it in a good pocket holster. You definitely want to have it in a pocket holster. You don't want car keys or change or anything rubbing up against that, a cigarette lighter getting caught in between the trigger guard and the trigger. You don't want to take that chance. But other than that, I don't see any problem with carrying this. If it were mine, I would carry it. I've carried the little P3AT, the Kel-Tec P3AT, which the original LCP was kind of a copy of. You know, I carry it from time to time when I'm running, and it's just a little bit smaller than this, not much. But you go running, get a good pocket holster, it'll stay put in my running shorts. You know, I'm not a big runner, but I do jog from time to time. Bicycle, same thing. It's nice to have a little pistol like this. You know, out just working around the house here, around the yard, sometimes I'll throw a pocket pistol in my pocket, but rather than having a belt-on gun, belt carry. So that's really about all I got to say about it. As usual, all the links to my other social media accounts, I don't even like that word, social media, but all my links to my other accounts are in the descriptions of my videos. Go follow me on Instagram, Facebook, BitChute, all those places. I appreciate it. Special thanks to my Patreon people, my patrons. I really appreciate what you guys do for the channel. And that's about all I got. So I'll talk with you guys again soon.